The art of storytelling goes through all of the art. What you make your games about, what you make your films about, that's the hard part. At SC, you get the whole broad picture and you get experience in all of the various aspects of telling a story using the moving image.
The USC School of Cinematic Arts, through its whole history, has had an eye to the future of the cinema, digital cinema, 3D cinema, the interactive cinema. And that's great for a university because the most important thing that any art form can have is diversity.
The future of the arts and entertainment industry is really based not on kismet, but based on know-how, based on education, and this is now a reality.
In the 1920s, the entertainment industry sprang up in Los Angeles, and soon the film industry was booming. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences was formed, and the first Oscars were handed out. Industry superstar Douglas Fairbanks met with the University of Southern California president Rufus von Kleinsmid, and at their weekly fencing match, the two had a brilliant idea to form the world's first school for the moving image. SCA students became key players in the industry, with the student film The Face of Lincoln winning an Academy Award in 1955. Cue the 1960s when a new breed of filmmakers swirled into its ranks. Not much for traditional roles, this group was innovative and took the world by storm. A young Trojan by the name of George Lucas won the National Student Film Festival with his film THX 1138. The success of the 60s, 70s, and 80s cemented USC's place as the leading institution of the moving image. Technological advances opened the art form to new possibilities, and USC Cinema was at the forefront of this movement, expanding its scope to include animation and interactive media and games. As alumni found success with the USC name behind them, they gave back to their alma mater. In 1999, the Robert Zemeckis Center for Digital Arts opened its doors, and 2010 marked the opening of the George Lucas and Steven Spielberg buildings. By the dawn of the 21st century, the USC School of Cinematic Arts was the premier institution for the moving image in the world. With its rich history and peerless resources, SCA continues on its mission to train the next generation of media makers and scholars.
The great thing about going to school at USC is you get a background in everything you need, not just one specific corner. The art of storytelling goes through all of the art. What you're doing is telling stories using the moving image to do it.
What we're particularly interested in is the breadth of the education, whether it's history and theory, whether it's interactive media, whether it's traditional production techniques. One needs to know them all if you're going to have a real career.
It really is a cross-program integrated school. There is no other school that has all the cinematic arts. And the advantage of that for the students is that the students get to experience all of it.
Today, the Modern School of Cinematic Arts is made up of 7 divisions.
The Division of Film and Television Production has 6 tracks: directing, producing, cinematography, editing, sound, and production design.
I had a lot of passion for a lot of different elements, and it was great because USC, they didn't handcuff you to any particular thing.
Some of our students do enter the mainstream of film and television production, but many of our students enter through independent production, documentaries, web, productions of all new media, anything that allows them to tell the stories they care about.
USC is one of the top places in the country to come. It's a place where you can focus on documentaries, but also gives you a chance to work in fiction.
The industry today is so permeated with people who've graduated from the School of Cinematic Arts that the industry literally would come to a stop if all those people decided to take the day off.
There are so many opportunities to tell story. It comes in the small screen, it comes in streaming stuff now, it comes on YouTube. Sometimes when you come to the school, you think, oh, I'm here to make big movies. And some other formats are better for the stories that you want to tell.
Actually go to a school that's saying, here's cameras, here's equipment, here's the latest, greatest technology. Go explore your vision. There's just no place else in the world like it.
The Division of Cinema and Media Studies explores media in all its manifestations and implications. This means across platforms, across genres, across historical periods, and of course across cultures.
We train our students to think critically, to analyze the work that they engage, to understand how that work is made and what has happened that has brought us to this point, and they are given the tools to envision what is yet to come.
It really tries to get students to think about the meaning, the impact, and the analysis of all media forms, from Hollywood cinema in the 1920s through to cutting-edge digital media today.
Cinema and media studies really gives you the flexibility and the opportunities to kind of build up multiple skill sets for your career down the road.
Producers, executives, writers and directors. It's really incredibly broad what you can do with it because it's just learning how to ask questions and view the world. It's something that I constantly use on a daily basis now.
You can do absolutely anything if you understand not only the basics, but also the intricacies of media.
The John Wells Division of Writing for Screen and Television is devoted to learning how to write primarily for television, video games, digital platforms, and motion pictures.
The writing program is this amazing place to learn how to make a story work, which is the building block for everything else.
In class, we critique the script.
This workshop atmosphere I keep coming back to over and over again because it's helped me express my ideas confidently and competently.
We're very big on transition to professionalism.
We do graduate with a portfolio, and the writing division does a lot to help us out after graduation.
We prepared our scripts at this thing called First Pitch. People got agents and managers out of that.
The Peter Stark Motion Picture and Television Producing Program is the unique place where film professionals come together to teach ins and outs of producing films in Hollywood today.
Every film school in America teaches you how to make movies. The Stark program teaches you how to get films made. There's a difference.
Interestingly, a huge amount of the Starkies that have graduated have become very successful screenwriters and TV showrunners.
Writers, directors, studio executives, agents, everything.
Faculty is insane.
Part of the savvy is hiring working professionals as teachers.
I chose USC because it's the best. No other place has a program like the Stark program.
Our division carries on the legacy of prolific artist John C. Hench. We emphasize creative animation in every genre. From the mainstream to the experimental, it could be evocative storytelling or mind-blowing visual imagery.
They give you good constructive criticism, but at the same time allow you to explore.
We have facilities for all the programs that you need to do animation.
With industry standard tools and an award-winning faculty, we create a very strong learning environment.
The Interactive Media and Games Division's goal is to train the next generation of talent to realize their dreams and inspire gamers everywhere.
Really focus on what is the core fun and your core mechanic in your game, and you branch out from there.
We're getting from other departments a lot of what it means to tell narrative. Our division has also expanded that to be what it means to have an experience.
We'll talk about innovating games, technology, or mechanics, but we realized it's about creating an emotional connection with the audience.
It's definitely the program to come to if you're interested in video game design. It's also a lot broader than that.
Working with top minds in the industry, and you're learning from them.
Our students are creating entirely new genres of play and creating entertaining and innovative experiences.
Media Arts in Practice is designed for students who want to move beyond cinematic arts to communicate with fields as diverse as education or business or architecture, but using media.
We're really exploring intersections between all of these different practices within a research context.
I came in as a math major, but digital photography was my passion, and my professors were like, you want to combine math and photography? Let's do it.
The digital revolution has changed everything, and we need people understanding what is a network culture. Companies realize we need to communicate visually, and we don't know how to do it.
I could have a job that hasn't even been invented yet, which is crazy awesome.
The School of Cinematic Arts has grown to be a leading force in commercial film and television, independent film, documentary film, video games, emerging technologies, VFX, 3D, scholarship, research, and much, much more.
USC and the industry has always had an integral relationship with one another. We're often seen as like one of the main feeders for the studio.
You get to go to school in Los Angeles, in the city where movies are made. Your professors, their day job is at a studio.
One of the biggest strengths of SCA is our amazing professors. Even though I'd graduated USC and I had stopped paying tuition, I was still calling these professors regularly for advice on our film.
We have a wonderful Office of Student Industry Relations, which if the students take advantage of, will help them gain some entry-level positions.
We get emails all the time about internships we've heard of, which is really, really helpful.
If you're gonna go into the industry, you need to have the best, and this is the best. If you look around anytime, everyone's got something in their hand, and it's got a screen on it. We are driven by the moving image. Whether it's in your hand, whether it's on your computer, whether it's on your TV, jobs are aplenty.
You have all the resources, and what USC does is it can open a lot of doors for you. But at the same time, you have to have the gumption and you have to have the drive to succeed and walk through those doors.
It opened a whole new world to me that I hadn't been exposed to at all. So SC means a lot to me. It was the oldest school, the best school, and basically launched me on my career. Without it, I don't know what would have happened.
Douglas Fairbanks' revolutionary idea for cinema school stemmed from a tradition of human creativity that continues to flourish. USC School of Cinematic Arts graduates are pushing the medium forward, finding new and innovative ways to tell stories. As for what comes next, well, the possibilities truly are as limitless as the stars.